DJ LeMahieu will step to the plate now for the Rockies. All right, so we've seen 2 of the 3 outfielders making a play so far. Herrera, Ben Revere. Murph, we have not seen Cody Asche get anything except for watching that home run go over his head, but he worked tirelessly with Andy Abad, the Phillies outfield instructor down in Lehigh Valley, and he seemed pretty good about the whole move today when we talked to him in the clubhouse.
Yeah, you can bet that he is anxious to get that first action out there in left field, kind of get it under his belt. I had a chance to talk with Cody earlier today, and as you mentioned, he worked with Andy Abad, and he also worked with Dave Brundage down at the Lehigh Valley. And there are 2 guys in the Phillies organization who definitely know a thing or 2 about outfield play. So he felt like he was in pretty good hands. I said, are you ready to come back, and are you ready to play left field at the major league level? And honestly, he can't answer that. He said, he feels very ready, but until he does it at the major league level, as you mentioned earlier, Tom, he won't know for sure. But he said, I feel as ready as I could be. I certainly feel like I did everything I could down at AAA to get back to here. And some of that work he was tireless, as you said, before every game, taking balls off a machine with different spin on them in the outfield, different fungos from left-handed hitters, right-handed hitters, taking ground balls, learning what bases to throw to. He had to go through all the paces to try and get himself ready. So as I said, he feels like he's about as ready as he can be. Now it remains to be seen, how he performs in his first couple opportunities. But, he's a guy that's going to continue to work on his craft. He's going to continue to work out there in left field. And you can bet that the coaches up here at this level aren't going to let him slack at all. They'll continue to put him through his paces as he continues through the season, guys.
Yeah, we arrived in the clubhouse today. He had a pretty good sweat going because he was taking fly balls from Juan Samuel. And here we go. On cue, his first opportunity, makes the catch. Now, there are 2 outs here in the 3rd. He was pretty confident, though, when asked what will be the toughest thing that he'll have to deal with. He said, honestly, just being in a major league ballpark.
Yeah. Well, he handled that one just fine.
He's a ball player. He's reactive. He's instinctive. I personally think the biggest issue for him will be calling off the center fielder or getting called off or calling off the infielders. I think that'll be the biggest issue.
Here's Tulowitzki, who hits the first pitch foul toward the Hall of Fame club on the right side. It's 0-1. I thought he was pretty honest, too, when he was asked about being sent down. He said, basically, he said when Maikel Franco came up, he said it did take him a couple days. He had to clear his head, but once he went down to Lehigh Valley, he was down there to work.
Well, you appreciate his honesty, but this is the only place to play, Tom. This is it. I unfortunately had to get sent down, and it's once you realize how great it is up here, at every aspect of it, going back down is just terrible.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, he did say that he realized that there were a lot of good people in the organization that were really looking out for him. And Franco worked hard in AAA to get a call up, and Cody recognized that if he was going to play in the big leagues, he had to find another position, at least for the time being.